On tonight's episode, we talk about Banshees of Inisherin, Pale Blue Eye, and other pop culture news of the week. So we're starting with Banshees?
Banshees, yes.
Okay.
I forgot his name, but this movie, Scott Cooper? No, I can't remember. This new movie by this very talented director. He directed Three Billboards. I forgot the name too.
That was a complicated title. Yeah, 3 billboards outside of
somewhere.
a
It's
place.
a place I can't remember. But Seven Psychopaths and among others. He's very talented. And this one is getting a lot of praise, a lot of nominations. With justice. The nominations, especially the acting nominations, are spot on. The actors do a terrific job. And at this moment is available on HBO Max, but it's available and you still might find out there in theaters, in the art circuit kind of theaters. But it's called Banshees of Inisherin. Inisherin. And it's... I was hoping for a surprise at the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but I was waiting for a surprise. And no, you get what you see. And I don't know what you think about that.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it is pretty straightforward. There's no like plot twist or hidden secret to be revealed. It is what you see. I enjoyed this movie very much. It stars Colin Farrell and Gleeson, who both delivered spectacular performances, as they usually do. And there were some other actors in there whose names I don't remember.
Barry Keoghan. And the girl, forgot the name.
Yeah, we're like super on it tonight. But where's it going? Oh yeah, there's some really nice foreshadowing that happens in the beginning. Some visual clues that I did not realize were terribly important until the very end of the movie, and then it all came together, and I was like, "What? That is so cool!"
I don't want to spoil, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it either. So I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But this is very emotional. So the basic premise, and this is like the tagline, so it doesn't spoil anything. Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell are besties, and then one day Brendan Gleeson decides he doesn't like him anymore. And then everything kind of falls out after that. There are moments that were very funny, a couple of moments that were a little absurd, but overall it's really emotional. It's beautifully shot. The set, it's beautiful. There's like layers you can unpack and unfold and explore and everything, but the plot itself is pretty like A to B. There's nothing super shocking there, so just go along for the ride, I guess. It's hard to describe without spoiling stuff.
It's good. It's entertaining. It's really well done. The photography, the shot on location in Ireland.
Yeah.
Some islands in the coastified Ireland. The cast is mostly Irish. So no hard time for them to speak. They did build a pub, and it's very rural look.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 1924. So it's rural, it's isolated, it's life is very, very different than most people that might be listening to or watching this podcast.
Yes.
Or not, if you're in Ireland and you live in an isolated place and you want to share. And the aspirations and the problems of life for those people are very different than the aspirations and problems for life for many people in a lot of parts of the world, because even in isolated places nowadays with telecommunications as they are, you have access to internet, and you can not only talk to other people in different parts of the world, but you get information, you get entertaining So life is a bit different, and even not concerning technology, but the access of to information, books and newspapers. You can get a lot of stuff that they didn't have. The in the beginning of the first quarter of the 20th century. Anyways, all that considered, there's some stuff there. They're almost like fairy tale like of those lives of those people there. One of the characters have a friend has a pet, is a tiny donkey, and he treats him like he walks him. Her is actually named Jenny.
Yeah, she's a little belle.
Yeah, he walks her and he treats like he really has love for that pet, and that becomes important for the plot eventually, not spoiling or anything. And it's fun. It's good. I don't know if I would watch it again, not because it's bad, but because knowing the end is one of those movies that knowing the end, it kind of, because the plot is the friends that stop being friends. So I was hoping for either there's a secret, dark or not, there's causing this friendship to end, or if somehow this friendship will be fixed and we'll go back to Podrick and Colin going to drink all night and talking friends things. And knowing what happened, I'm not saying what's gonna happen. I don't know if it will kill I'll not have hope. I don't know. In the future, I may watch it again and I'll let you guys know. At this point, I liked it. I recommend.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I would watch again, which is one of my measurements of a movie that I really like. It is like I would watch it again right away. And the way it ends, I don't know. But anyways, Banshees of Inisherin, available on HBO Max, in theaters everywhere, is nominated for a lot. And it is fair because the movie is really well done. It's definitely acting. There's big contenders there.
Yeah, and well deserved. And I love this year. I'm enjoying the award season this year because I feel like so many of the films that are at the top and even TV series really deserve it. I don't feel like there's as much fluff or pandering.
Yeah,
as there often is.
Right. Avatar. You really think Avatar?
Okay, I didn't know. No, I didn't say all of them. Well, but yeah, many of the films. We complain a lot about Parasite, but like. Every now and then there are movies that get up to the top or they get nominated and you just know like it wasn't that good. It's there because of A, B, or C. But I feel like many of the films that are getting a lot of attention this year, like I feel like they deserve it. And I'm happy about these actors getting these filmmakers getting awards.
The thing with Parasite, it was like cute, interesting story that you heard against movies that will, stay on the history books, like 1917 was, and there was so many others that year, there was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there was The Joker, there was so many movies that like made the mark in history, and Parasite won because we know it was politics, they wanted to give the award for South Korea to help the business, help the industry there, and also straight up the relations between film and television between two countries, which Netflix is doing probably a better job than just giving an award to a movie. Anyways, enough Parasite, enough Banshees of Inisherin. Inisherin. We also saw another Netflix movie. Netflix is putting. They announced a lot of their catalog of exclusive original movies for the year of 2023. We already started the year. We saw Kaleidoscope. There was a series we talked about it, and this next one is called the Blue Pale Rider.
Nope.
No?
Pale Blue Eye.
Huh?
Isn't it called the Pale Blue Eye?
No, the Blue Rider.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm not sure.
Yeah, this new movie with what's his bucket?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
It's called the Pale Blue Eye.
Pale Blue Eye.
Yeah.
Yes, as I said.
Yes.
The Pale Blue Eye. That has riders, that has horses, that has riders. So
Sure.
nothing lost.
Yeah. Okay. But there's Christian Bale and Harry Melling.
Yes.
Among others.
And the extensive Harry Potter cast.
Yeah, it's weird. So this film, this is we've got Harry Melling is playing a very young Edgar Allan Poe, who's a cadet at West Point. This is a story about Americans. It's set in New York, starring all British people, like almost entirely. So,
Bale is British. He's
Christian
British,
Bale, yeah.
He's British. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He does Americans so much that
He does.
Forget, yeah.
He does. But yeah, Christian Bale, Gillian Anderson, the Doctor, Harry Melling, so many of those people, all Brits.
Yeah. So this one is a thriller, is a suspense kind of movie. It's a murder, thrilling investigation by this investigator named Lundor.
Yeah.
He's investigating bizarre murders in the West Point vicinity. And as Edgar Allan Poe is one of the students, is one of the cadets at the school, the academy, they join forces to find who is the murderer. And again, another case of a very highly made movie with great photography, great costume design.
Yes.
And the actors like Christian Bale is like.
Oh yeah, these are all for the most part like tried and true actors who consistently deliver on a very high level. And yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was suspenseful. I did not figure out the whole murder thing. We've also got lots of layers going on. We have like the current murder plot. We have some love triangles. We have some shenanigans, some malarkey. Robert Duvall shows up at one point. We've got some past sorrows and tragedies.
Henry Leclerc, the devil's hunter. Whatever.
So it's working on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
So it's very enjoyable. If you enjoy historical fiction, this is definitely right up your alley. This is a well-made film. Because it's a mystery thriller, I feel like there's not a lot I could say without spoiling stuff.
You already said too much.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, let's not talk about it, so we're going to give hints.
Okay.
But it's good. It's on Netflix. It's Netflix exclusive. You might find out there in some theaters again because they want the movie out there for the award season. But it's good if you're into that. It's don't expect any action. Any is a thriller, but it's not thrilling. It's suspenseful. It's riveting. It's compelling, but it's very what's that year? Around 1830s.
Yeah.
It's very 1830s.
Yeah.
Most action you're gonna see is someone, I don't know, riding a horse, if that. But also recommend. Also fun. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that's on Netflix.
Yeah. So two the main movies we saw this week were very very complacent. Is that a word?
It is a word, but I don't think it's something you're
what
looking for.
What does it mean?
Complacent means like you're not very attentive. You don't really care anymore.
No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, contemplating there's a lot of
contemplative.
Contemplative.
Yes.
There's a lot of that,
agree.
especially on the Irish one, because that place is beautiful.
Oh.
And the place is the same for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So that story was in 1924, but could totally be in 1624.
Sure.
There's nothing that would, and I don't know how things will be in the future, but it could be 3024. Yeah. And the 1831s, it has a real character, so we know a lot about what he does with his life and what he writes, but we see aspects of his life that and the things they do very 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 timely to that period. So it's another one that in 100 years from now you still would have the same effect, because nothing dates, which is something interesting about filmmaking. Maybe in 100 years cast costume design and set design will change in ways that can it get better or it will get worse, with time.
It's hard to measure. I mean, if you're talking about like historic like period pieces, it changes. Attention to like accuracy changes, but it's always, you can always see the lens that it was done. Like what's a good example? Well, A Knight's Tale was like definitely made in the 2000s, even though there was some attention.
What could tell you on that movie?
It's really not the best example because they don't even try to be super.
Forget music.
Yeah, besides the music, like some of the hairstyles that they choose.
Yeah.
And some of the clothing styles, color, things like that. You can usually kind of tell, like, oh, this was made around this time.
Yeah.
The Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley, obviously made in like around 2010.
Why you could tell?
Well, again, that same lens. They're like certain filters are popular. Certain. Another good example is Franco Zeffirelli made this movie about Saint Francis of Assisi, and like these medieval people just look like hippies. With like
that was a static choice, right? Because
but I'm saying you can usually see like the lens that, like, this is coming through the lens of a director in this time period.
Yeah.
And they're looking at these stories in this time period through this lens, and so hairstyles, makeup, clothing, color, set design, all this stuff, you can really tell what time it was made.
But isn't that Knight's Tale, since you mentioned, isn't that a static choice that the director he was not committed to historical accuracy or to do something, but trying to do a modern take to like elements like on purpose.
Yeah, which is why I said it wasn't like the greatest example.
Different than like you pick up a Gladiator. Ridley Scott that took some liberties, but he tried to be accurate and beautiful on that. Can you tell that it was?
I mean, a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. Well, again, like the standard of beauty, and it's a whole other thing. I took a whole class on history on film, and it was really interesting how you could. Sometimes the way they portray that historic that time period tells you more about the time the film was made.
I know. I
just ended up repeating like the same choices, like what hairstyles they choose are going to be hairstyles more aesthetically pleasing to the audience, and maybe not necessarily what people were doing.
Because you can totally, because if you see like Gladiator and if you see Spartacus, you're gonna see technological advancements that will you can tell, because you can make the Coliseum, the Roman Coliseum, looking better than it was in Spartacus, or more real.
Sure.
But I guess if you compare, I think if you go to these woke times, you're gonna see, I don't know, a lot more leading ladies, black people, race, gays, stuff.
Okay, yeah, portrayals of homosexuality. Another big one was warfare.
Warfare?
Yeah.
Why?
So the whole idea of two armies running at each other, just like basically almost never happened. It was a lot more like slower paced, a little bit more boring, a little more strategy.
You're talking about old movies.
I'm talking about any movie. Like that really great scene, like the best part of Braveheart, where they're like running at each other. It's not how that happened. But it's not, the way it actually happened was not very cinematic or exciting. And so that's why it doesn't get shown that way.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
again, there was artistic choice, because if you go realistic, you might say, oh, okay.
Yeah, realistic doesn't necessarily make a good movie.
Anyways.
So, any history on film you need to take with a huge grain of salt.
Anyways,
is what we're
moving on.
saying. Yeah, sorry.
We also saw Willow.
Yeah.
The Disney show. We saw the end of Willow, and it was okay.
I really enjoyed the journey, but then when we got to the end of the journey, we realized that
everything,
most of the season had no bearing on the main storyline.
Yeah, everything important for the story happens on the first episode and on the last episode, so it could be on a movie. The character development in between those, unimportant.
Yeah.
The characters that pop, unimportant, and yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was fun, but this whole thing could have been a movie. And if you're gonna spend that time on side quests and character development, actually develop your characters.
Yeah.
But
again, Disney, these Disney shows, these Disney Plus series, yeah, they most of them, some of them are good, but most of them are dropping the ball on this aspect. That, if you're gonna do if you want to do a 22 episodes show, do a 22 episode shows, explore and keep the audiences locked into the streaming service for 22 weeks. Fine. If you want to do a 10 episodes or less, it's characteristic of straight to the point. Tell a good story. Write something that every episode, every minute of episode is going to be important. And this one was another case of, no, it wasn't. It's
Yeah.
But the ending was full of action and magic. Was beautiful. Was interesting. Even though at the end, at that point, the whole beef between the two girls was like, come on, enough. Anyways, but it ended well. Okay, and they promised to a post-credit scene. If you didn't see, I'm gonna spoil here now. There are at least 2 more seasons.
Yep.
And
by now you should know, Disney shows stick around for the post credits.
Yeah. But yeah, Willow.
Yeah.
We also saw Netflix, as we mentioned, they put out new shows. We saw the first episode of the 90s show. Just like Willow, a sequel of revival of an older property. In this case, it was the 70s shows. It had a long run. It had a good run. It's fun. It's funny. Everybody there, most people there, got out of there and were successful in different areas.
Yeah, it did launch a few careers. And a marriage.
And I think 3 of them were actually teenagers back then, which was weird because I think Donna was a teenager, Laura Prepon, Fess was Wilmer Valderrama, and
I think Mila Kunis was.
Was it Mila?
I'm pretty sure she was.
Yeah, but the thing was those they would act with other people, even dating and kissing. Those were adults.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird. Anyways, the entire cast is supposed to come back for this first episode. We saw some, and it started okay. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not razzled out right now. It just seems to be riding really hard on nostalgia, and doesn't have a whole lot that's making me interested in the show as itself. So
yeah,
I feel like they still have a lot to prove.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a problem when you try to do that. Is if you want to go back to the old characters, go back to the old characters. If you want to do new characters, do new characers. When you try to do both, it's weak. It
comes across as really weak.
Yeah,
I think
it's like I don't know.
There is a chance for this to be fun, and it's, even though you're kind of supposed to judge a pilot or judge a show by its pilot, you really shouldn't judge a show by its pilot. Everybody's so uncomfortable, and that nobody's really figured out how to work together. And,
oh no, Netflix
and
is
the writing rooms like you got to give it a couple episodes.
No,
but
Netflix is a different creature.
Yeah.
They what they call the contract they sign the show for the entire season. They don't watch.
sure,
They don't
sure.
watch a pilot and decide if they're gonna keep or not. Someone can pitch the idea. Usually someone big, and they get the whole thing. And so they don't make a pilot to sell the pilot like broadcast TV used to be.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But even the first okay, so if it's not the pilot, but still the first episode, sometimes it takes just a couple episodes to take off. So there's still time.
Yeah. One weird thing about this one, just to end, is the audience. Who they making this for? Because it will definitely bring people that watch the other show, and assuming that they saw when the show was on, that those people grew up, so there's the nostalgia that will bring them back. But it's about teenagers, and if you stick to that and you make a teenagers show, you might lose the people from the other shows. I don't see those kids. Maybe eventually one or two scenes with Red Butler. Not Butler. Foreman.
Yeah.
Red Butler is the gun of the wind.
Yeah.
Trying to put his foot in there. Anyways, so we'll see. We only saw 1.5. We're gonna see more and talk more about it.
Okay.
Maybe there's gonna be a twist.
Maybe.
It
could use one.
Yeah.
Okay. We also saw the long-awaited first episode of The Last of Us.
Adaptation of the Sony PlayStation video game on this zombie apocalypse world. Not really zombie, but it's that formula.
Yeah.
The show had a terrific premiere. It was the second biggest, only lost for House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And it was good. They changed stuff. It still, I was reading about it, still had a big effect on people on how the episode ended. I thought that one of the biggest surprises for me, it was like erased right away. But they delve deeper into lore and in explaining and
I really enjoyed it. And a lot of other people did too. It's already the highest show ever on IMDB, followed closely by Bluey, which frankly says a lot.
What?
It's followed closely by Bluey.
What's Bluey?
Bluey is an Australian kids cartoon.
Oh.
That is also therapy for parents.
So how does it say a lot going against Bluey?
Because Bluey is incredibly popular.
No, but
so I'm saying,
is Australian?
The Last of Us even beat out Bluey. Like it's that good.
I know how that works. I'm trying to understand why Bluey is a good measurement if it's only people in Australia sees it.
No, not at all. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it originates in Australia. It's their show, but people all over the world watch it.
Okay. I never heard. So.
Yeah. Somebody's not on parent TikTok. Anyways, that's not important. The point is, only Bluey could come close to what The Last of Us has accomplished. I really enjoyed it. I thought the aesthetic, they clearly put a lot of work and effort into costumes and sets to look and feel and sound just like the game. Even though there was a fair amount of disappointment that over some casting choices, because Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal don't really look that much like their characters in the game. I feel like their performances are like setting all that to rest. They're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So far so good as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, hers it was there was several other really good, if not better, choices, but she just came out this week as a fluid sexual, and they might be related to it, so there might be a little politics. Of course, there's a lot of that always, but overall was good. The daughter Sarah, if you play the game and you were surprised at the epilogue, the prologue, you know I'm talking about, because I'm not gonna give much details on that. But besides that, so far it's working. There was some changes on the story, as I guess creative people do. There was when you write less, sometimes you tell more. There was some stuff. There was a little bit of over explanation on it, and nothing that damages much.
No.
But so far, it's good. It started good. The producers promised that will be one season, one game. So, and I think there's 10 episodes for this one.
That sounds right.
So I assume that even going through over explanations, it will not be that bad.
I don't think it will. And I feel like Craig Mazin is the kind of, just based on other stuff he's done, I feel like even if he does make changes, the finished product is still going to be so great that like I'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, the beginning of the game and the end of the game is like, it blows people's minds. And everything in between, okay, we'll see. Yeah. We on for the ride. Is there any more notes about the show?
Something about a PlayStation Plus.
Oh, PlayStation Plus put out a 2-hour trial on PlayStation Plus for the original game in honor of the series. So does
that mean like you can play it for free for 2 hours?
For 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it doesn't. The Last of Us. Actually, I thought this game was already on the PSN Plus for free. I guess even if you don't have PSN Plus.
I guess
it is. Yeah, because it's part of the PS. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's one of those free games. If you have PS Plus, it's part of the library. But either way, if you don't, you have 2 hours free to play, enjoy, and get some of the surprises. But yeah,
it's good stuff. Okay, Critics' Choice Awards happened.
Yes, last week. A lot happened, but Everything Everywhere Anytime, what was it?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
All at Once. Got deserved awards for director, acting, and Brendan Fraser for The Whale. Got a best actor, and he joked about it.
He did.
Because everybody was
He actually showed
happy.
up to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had no beef with those people.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of business news. Regal Cinemas.
Yeah, Biden inflation recession news. Regal is closing 39 locations, including the Sherman Oaks Galleria. So big, historic movie theaters owned by Regal is going to be closed because their parent company, Cineworld, declare open bankruptcy.
Eesh. Microsoft is laying off 10,000 workers.
10,000.
Yeah. That is a large number.
Of course, to cut costs because there's no way to go through times like this. There's no magic. There's no like some old cool presidents. Oh, work harder. Anyways.
Anyway, that's a whole other thing. We talked about a while ago, it was a few times, the shooting on the set of Rust when Alec Baldwin, setting up for a shot, accidentally shot and killed the director of photography. Charges have been brought. So he and the armorer were charged with involuntary manslaughter.
Yes, the family came out, and they are relieved, and they are glad that no one is above justice. Meanwhile, the Hollywood machine is already working hard to say that that's not fair. There is too much. An actor should not be charged for that. Yada. So the political, the legal circus are gonna start, and they're most likely gonna go to trial. So it's gonna be one of those highly televised, news publicized trials.
In the meantime, production has kind of, sort of, maybe started again on the film, or at least they're trying to keep going or start over or something. And a wrongful death lawsuit was already settled. So there's that. Okay, let's look at HBO for a moment. The Menu, which we talked about, stars Ralph Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy, has unseated Glass Onion for most streamed movie.
Yeah. And well, both movies are fun. So, but yeah, The Menu is definitely.
If I had to watch one again, I would go with The Menu. I think.
Yeah, it's more. I don't know if I can say more original, but it's definitely The Glass Onion is a sequel. It's basically more or less, the same thing he did in the first one.
Yeah.
This one is something new.
Yeah.
It's something
totally out of the box.
Yeah. It's worth seeing.
Bananas.
It's funny. It's fun and funny, entertaining.
Yes.
On HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Just quick one about Glass Onion. Next Ryan Johnson movie. It's gonna be the third installment on the Knives Out franchise. So it's not gonna do anything in between that. But
Okay, cool.
yes, he's getting good money from Netflix. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's stay with HBO Warner for a little bit. The Penguin. So they've been working on a Penguin series that's supposed to tie into the Batman sequel. But what is Matt Reeves saying about his Batverse and James Gunn's?
They're going to be separate at this point, but again, we don't have no idea what's going to be to James Gunn's DC universe. He says it's going to be a reboot. He says it's going to be something new.
Yeah,
he tweeted it.
What it's going to be.
He tweeted it. I mean, he didn't tweet it. He's on the weird social network. Was it called? The masturbate? No, Mastodon. Mastodon? Sounds
I have
like.
no idea. I haven't heard of that one.
It's a liberals running from Twitter, moving. They moved to that one.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
so he tweeted there a picture. It's like, oh, I'm rereading this. So he's rereading Superman All-Star, a big Superman comic book, and it was said that he's going to direct the new Superman movie. Momoa. Jason Momoa came out on the social network on Instagram yesterday or today, saying that he will come with really good news, great news about his involvement with the DC universe coming soon. And there's rumors that he's going to be Lobo, so we don't know what, but he's going to come with news soon.
Okay, we shall see. Hey, remember that time we said that nobody's above the law? Yeah, Ezra Miller is going to serve a year probation and pay a $500 fine for his Vermont felony burglary case.
Yes.
Nobody's above the law, folks.
But Warner said they might keep him, so...
Yeah. I was being super sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like a year of probation and a little fine. I mean, he really messed with
sex
people.
Sex cults and invading people's property, choking people. He does so much.
Yeah, no, this guy's crossed some lines. Yeah. Will I watch the movie when it comes? Yeah, of course I'm going to watch it. But, like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hollywood, man. Okay, also, HBO Max says they've canceled Gossip Girl.
So that was a surprise for me, because I love Gossip Girl. No, I actually never seen one episode. I like some people on the show, not on this new one. This new one, I know nothing about it, but I like Little Mister. I think that's the name.
No idea.
Blake Lively. From the original show. I think. What's the girl, the voice? Pretty Blondie. She was Veronica Mars.
Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. I think she was the voice. She was the EXO Gossip Girl. I don't know. I had friends that watched it, so I
friends who watched it.
Yeah. No, I honestly never watched one episode, and I think it's like I'm never gonna try. I might like it, and I might watch the whole thing. It's like no, I don't wanna watch that. I have other things to watch. But anyways, I was surprised for the cancellation of this one. Because, I don't know if this one was good compared to the original. But, if anything, I think it's on second season, I think. But it brings the cult following from the original show. And so it already has fans. And I never heard that was terrible. I never heard it was good, but I never heard it was terrible. And then they got canceled. So... a show that this week became the worst show ever on IMDb. The Velma show. The Scooby-Doo garbage made by... It's not even Scooby-Doo because he's not on the show.
He's not.
The Velma garbage created by Mindy Kaling getting like a lot of praise. I mean, not praise. The opposite.
Nobody likes it. No, like right, left. Because sometimes these like newer shows that put like a queer spin on things, you've already automatically alienated the right. Nope. Even like the people on the left who are usually like, yay, queer representation, they don't like it either. It's just not good.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if you had hopes to make a new Harley Quinn show, but no, everybody hates it.
Yeah.
So on IMDb, it became the worst reviewed show of all times. The worst one was Dragon Ball. Not the animation. Everybody loves animation.
Yeah.
The live action movie.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's so bad. It is. So it beat that one. I think that one was 2.7. Now Velma's like 1.3.
Bless her heart.
Terrible. Anyways.
Oh, it's too bad. All right. Well.
But my point is.
Yes.
My point is they canceled that show, and there's still no saying about Velma. It should be canceled after the first episode.
Yeah, like let's not.
There's no way to improve.
Oh well. Let's over to Disney for a moment. We finally got to see a trailer for The Mandalorian season 3.
It looks good. Looks intense. A lot's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Our little guy's wearing his armor.
Jedi's flashbacks.
Yep.
If you didn't see Boba Fett, some people didn't. Yes, Grogu and Mando are back together. Because if you skipped, you don't know that you got back together.
Okay, but at this point, like, that's on them, and it's in the trailer.
I mean, it's on the trailer, but I mean, if you didn't see Boba Fett, you don't know they actually got back together. Because at the end was he left with Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it looks fun. March.
Yeah.
Some coming.
13th, I want to say. Yeah, don't quote me on that.
You say.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Anyway.
I think it's 7, but anyways.
Yeah, it looks great. Okay, more news and Star Wars content that nobody asked for. A Star Wars holiday special documentary is going to premiere at South by Southwest.
Yeah. We're going to get deep into how was that piece of great television was made.
Yeah, bantha droppings is what it is.
Disney Plus. That's an interesting news. The most watched, the most popular series on Disney Plus, The Simpsons. So forget Marvel, forget Star Wars.
Yeah.
Nobody beats the Yellow Family.
All right. Another family favorite series is returning. Phineas and Ferb is going to come back with 2 new seasons. Brand new seasons. Original creators are hard at work already. It is delightful.
I only watched a couple episodes. It was entertaining. I can't say much.
It's a solid show. And the creator, Dan Povenmire, the guy's he's just so wonderful. And one of those people, you're like, yes, I want you to be successful. And I want you to make more stuff. Because you make good things that make the world better. So I'm very happy about this. And then MCU has a new series. That's right, there's more, called Strange Academy.
Rumors that Wong and America Chavez the end of Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness was like she was being trained and Wong was there. So they would like twist that into Strange Academy based on like the comic book with the same name. Yeah.
We shall see. Wong has proven to be a fan favorite. And a highlight of whatever he shows up in. Okay, Tron 3 lives.
Tron 3, there was on the development limbo for a long time. Got a new director, and Jared Leto is still involved. So, we'll see.
As an internet meme once said, please stop putting Jared Leto in things. We don't want Jared Leto in things. But
we don't want him as the Joker on the Snyderverse, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
Netflix still didn't
didn't buy. That's not the part of the Snyderverse that I think we're really excited about. Okay, we've already covered some of what Netflix is doing this year, either in this episode or in other shows, but there were a couple that we got glimpses of in their new sizzle reel, I guess you'd call that.
Sure.
I don't know.
The 80s.
Okay, what would you call it? What would you call it?
Or if
A
you
modern man?
Or if you that guy on FedEx, what's the bucket? Chris Provost?
Take that back.
No, we love him.
Back.
He's a great guy. But yeah, so Netflix put out a clip, a video, a presentation.
Sure.
With the movie.
Sizzle reel. It was a reel. Sizzle.
Yes, sure. With the content coming this year, we already talked about some of them, even some of the stuff we already watched.
Yep.
And stuff coming soon. But Extraction 2, the sequel from the Russo brothers movie with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
The big one, Gal Gadot, James Bond style movie called Hearts of Stone. That comes in August. They all come later, but they teased everybody with this. Sequel for Murder Mystery, the Murder Mystery movie with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, the first one was super fun. So
yeah, and Damsel, Dragon Slayer movie with Millie Bobby Brown
and Robin Wright.
Who's Robin Wright?
Robin Wright. She's
Buttercup.
She's
She's on it. I didn't know that.
What's her bucket?
She's on Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Atonita.
Sure.
Now Hippolyta is the mother. She's
It's
Atonita.
not Hippolyta. It's not. Whatever.
Persephone's.
Okay.
Artemis. I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, she's gonna be in it too. I'm Queen, which just feels right. And then and then Rebel Moon. December 22nd. I'm excited.
Looks good.
Yeah.
And it was also gonna be 2-part. Which fine. Give him 6 movies.
Yeah.
We will watch it.
Yeah. So Netflix has some good stuff coming this year. Okay, Snowpiercer season 4 was scrapped at TNT.
Yeah, the producers will try to shop another somewhere else, but it's gonna be a tough one.
We saw a trailer for History of the World Part 2.
And it looks fantastic.
It looks so funny.
Yeah.
It looks like a series, right?
It's gonna be a series for Hulu. And it has a lot of funny people, a lot of talented people. Mel Brooks is still alive and well and doing what he does best. Poking fun of everything.
Yes.
He is diverse on his making fun of. He has no prejudice.
He's an equal opportunity comedian.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
exactly. I think he's I'm just delighted, looking forward to it.
Firm's embraces.
Yes, firm embrace. We have a surprising addition to the Only Murders in the Building season 3 cast. At least I was surprised.
I mean, it was a surprise. Yeah, it's a big one. It was like, wow.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
She's doing television.
The show was doing already great.
Yeah.
They had they have so many talented people there.
They do.
Steve Martin Shore, and Selena Gomez by itself already is a lot.
Yeah.
Now, besides everybody else, now they bring in Meryl Streep.
And I think it just has to say a lot about the show. I feel like the only reason she would do this is because she loves it.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean, it's not like she needs the work.
Oh, yes.
Prestige,
yeah, sure. I mean,
but she's got to be doing this for kicks, right?
I thought you were read on the news that I love the show and to be part of it.
Oh, no, I'm assuming. But I feel like if you're Meryl Streep, A, at this point in your career, you only do stuff you want to do. But B, especially if you're going to do a Hulu series, it's got to be just for kicks, right? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, Michael B. Jordan is not done being in Tom Clancy adaptations.
Which is unfortunate because the first one was terrible.
It wasn't great. It was a major bummer.
Yeah, it's like they had the great source material. They changed so much things, and the final product was, not worthy of. It's this news is actually really great news. It's like I can't remember who was talking about this. A poop sandwich, It's two breads and poop in the middle. Is that how it goes? Or 2 poops in the.
I haven't thought much about poop sandwiches.
Yeah, no, that's a psychology thing. It's like you first tell someone that it's bad.
Oh yeah.
And then it says good, and then tells bad again. Like to give a bad surprise. Anyways, but the news is they're gonna make a Rainbow Six movie, which is excellent. So one of best Tom Clancy's products became video game, which is one a really good video game. And video games telling story these days they do better than movies. It's gonna be around by Chad Stahelski, the man behind John Wick. So right there, I was like, yes! And then, and then the news says that Michael B. Jordan will come back because this is a sequel for Without Remorse. I was like, oh.
In his defense, Michael B. Jordan was not the problem with that movie. It was bad writing.
But it's like, if he's back, it means it's the continuation of that.
That's true.
And I don't know if continuing that has any way to solve it. Anyways.
Fair enough.
Amazon.
Yeah. Would you like some more good news?
Yeah.
Okay, Anthony Hopkins is going to be the Emperor in Roland Emmerich's Gladiator series.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good news.
Yeah. He was... Was he on Alexander? He was those philosopher guy. He was a guy.
Socrates? Plato?
No, Alexander. Aristotle? Was it?
I don't know.
Was it him? No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he was.
Anyways, he's going to be a Roman emperor now.
He was the mentor. Anyways.
And it's going to be great. Going from emperors to kings, Antoine Fuqua is going to be directing a biopic for Lionsgate.
For Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's one that's been in the works for a while, and he got a great director. He just did Emancipation, and his curriculum, his resume, it's full of great material, great movies.
Yeah, that's going to be a heavy movie. Okay, Megan, the horror movie, is doing so well in theaters. They've already got their sequel and already a release date. Megan 2.0 is coming in 2025.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we have to see that. It looks fun.
It does look hilarious.
And Blumhouse and those guys that do horror, they do it very entertaining, very interesting horror. It's horror movies are fun, entertaining, but they do a little bit more, you know.
Okay, what has the After Party creator been telling us?
That should be just throwing ideas. They talk about 90s erotic thriller, Jane Austen, and Peace Period. But we're still gonna be a Tahik. What's his name? Anik rom-com. So we'll see. The first one was fun, so
I enjoyed it. It was a cool premise.
This one will be at least. It will not be better. There's no way it can be better. One would hope that would be different, but if they stick to the formula, it will still work.
Outlander is coming to an end. Oh no!
8 seasons. They're still behind. They're still on 3 or 2. Anyways,
I have no idea.
But they're working on a spin-off prequel series. It will be Blood of My Blood about Jamie parents.
This is for our Utah peeps. The home of the Utah Jazz.
Wait, Utah?
What?
That's where we are?
Surprise! Anyways, the home of the Utah Jazz is changing its name back to the Delta Center in honor of their 50th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it sounds like we'll remain. That's not going to be just for the 50th. It's going to... Hopefully.
It's changed so many times. Okay. Frankie Muniz has signed on to drive for NASCAR.
Yeah, apparently he's been racing for several years.
Yeah.
And he signed for a minor league team. And he's going to race.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. He says he considers himself a full-time driver who also acts on the side.
I mean, does he act still? I never seen
I was gonna say that
anymore.
God, yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, and last but not least, what's going on with Carol Baskin's former husband?
Carol Baskin is where's my hat? My Joe Exotic hat. Her husband that was allegedly he disappeared. He allegedly missing. He's still allegedly missing, but the internet was creating this commotion that no, he is alive and well.
Yeah, that he'd been found in Costa Rica.
Which it turned out that the detectives involved goes, no, still missing. It doesn't matter if in an interview she says he's alive and well. I was like, yeah, it was just a rumor, a hoax created by the internet. I don't know, maybe season 3 he will come back.
Oh my gosh, we do not need another season of that man or her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways.
So much crazy. Well, that's all we got.
Yes, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you had more. We still have
We got 2 pages, man.
3 minutes.
2 pages.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it for this week. We come back next week. Ant-Man is tickets on sale for Ant-Man February 17. But we're gonna talk more about other things before that. And yeah, may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.